Failure. A deal on the 9/11 intelligence reform bill collapses on Capitol Hill. What's next for the war on terror? Battleground Iraq. Insurgents launch multiple attacks throughout Baghdad and the country. Nuclear dangers. The president calls for world support. Expands as the holiday shopping season begins.
NBC Nightly News with John Siegenthaler.
Good evening, everyone. It was supposed to be a measure that would address the recommendations of the 9/11 Commission, and it would have been the most sweeping overhaul of the nation's intelligence agency since its creation. But today, the deal collapsed on Capitol Hill, leaving questions about whether Congress can ever find a way to address the concerns about the war on terror. NBC's Chip Reed is on the Hill tonight with that story. Good evening, Chip.
Good evening, John. Congress was so close to clinching a deal on the 9/11 legislation that one key senator asked for a cigar so he could celebrate. But then it all came crashing down, and that 9/11 legislation is dead, at least for now.
Move forward. So it is with a sense of disappointment and frustration that I announced to you today that apparently we will not be able to complete our work.
After months of deadlock, House and Senate negotiators thought they had a deal on reorganizing the intelligence community, a package that tracked the recommendations of the 9/11 Commission.
And that commission said that 9/11 might not have happened if we had had somebody in charge of our intelligence community.
The two key provisions of the agreement had addressed that deficiency: creation of a director of national intelligence to oversee all 15 intelligence agencies and a national counterterrorism center to coordinate their activities. But the deal was turned upside down late this afternoon when conservative Republicans in the House erupted in anger.
This bill does not do what's necessary to protect this country against another 9/11 attack. And if anyone says that's the case, they're lying through their teeth.
Critics say that under the bill, the Pentagon would lose control over battlefield intelligence, putting American troops at risk. Supporters say that's not true and note that the provision was written by the White House.
I think this bill would have produced better intelligence to protect the warfighter.
Critics also say not enough was done to tighten immigration. For example, a provision that would have kept illegal immigrants from getting driver's licenses was dropped.
It's like we bent over backwards to protect illegal immigrants in this legislation. I mean, who are we protecting? The citizens of America or an illegal immigrant who sneaks across the border in Mexico?
President Bush, though, had urged Congress to approve the 9/11 package, even making calls from South America to conservative Republican opponents who are usually his biggest supporters. Congressional leaders now say they may call another lame duck session in December to try again. But some members said today chances of success then will be slim.
Now, Congress is having better luck today with the reason they came back for this lame duck session in the first place, a $388 billion spending bill that covers almost every domestic agency. The House passed it later today. The Senate is expected to pass it later tonight. John?
NBC's Chip Reed. Chip, thanks. Now to Iraq, and one of the most difficult days for that country since the fall of Saddam Hussein. Today, insurgents attacked several cities in Iraq with roadside bombs, suicide attacks, shootings, and beheadings. NBC's Charles Sabine reports from Baghdad.
A burning U.S. Humvee, the result of a 3-hour battle today with insurgents in Azamir, a Sunni district of Baghdad. 1 American soldier was killed and 9 injured. The ambush took place near the Abu Hanifa Mosque, where Friday an armed raid by coalition forces left 4 people dead. The attack was just one of a barrage to hit the capital today, a list that even by Iraqi standards was long. A U.S. convoy struck by a roadside explosive near Baghdad airport, 5 soldiers wounded. A suicide bomb downtown killing 1 civilian. A gun attack on Iraqi government employees leaving 4 dead. And elsewhere in the country, assaults on Iraqi police stations in Bakuba and Beiji. At least 4 officers left dead, dozens injured. 9 more Iraqis dead in Ramadi.